And this is also blood-soaked water. It's hard to notice, but if you see like this, it might be the sky. Okay, maybe it is the sky. I wouldn't have been surprised. Well, here's some lore dump. The Bergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals. So it's not just the Mensis ritual it's hiding, there's more stuff. And keeps our lost master from us. Okay, what do they mean by lost master? Do they mean German? No. Do they mean Willem? Maybe. Do they mean Ludwig? Maybe not. A terrible shame, it makes my head shudder uncontrollably. So, there are notes and things and books written everywhere. It's just maybe they're all messed up or they're not relevant. And I guess the fact that the player character is reading this represents that as the player character is going through this world, they might actually be going through these books in real life. Because we're in an alternate timeline version, you know, that we call the game, while that version's actually happening. So we go through the same stuff, we go through the same areas, and even in the game, we read what, almost like as if it's a dream. We only get, as the player character, as the person playing the game, we only get the summary of what was researched, and none of this said anything really that could tell him what the hell was going on. It's just like blood this, blood that. But then he comes across this note. Ooh. Okay. It's still daylight out. Because I'm trying to remark on the exact moment when it turns to nighttime, because that represents something in the game, in the world of it. Wow, this must all be filled with incense and stuff. And this stuff must last a long time. Months, I assume. Because we keep hearing about how long the night's been lasting. And here's some more symbolism. These are similar to religious symbols from our world. These are very similar, reminiscent. I think that you can decipher these in a similar way, because it's not as if it's rocket science. It's, there's a flower, sun, center and area, above and below. I mean, we're going to get into everything. We're going to get into everything with this playthrough, including hermeticism, including, well, everything. You got these knots. You have 4 circles total, with 1 in the middle, inside of a greater circle, which seems to itself be bordered by these circles that are seemingly formed of these bi-loops. And then this friendly fellow here.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over. If you wouldn't mind.
So from this, he just said, the night always ends. It always has. Since forever. And I wonder to myself, how old is he? How long has this been going on for? 10 years? 20? 50? 100? 1,000? How long has this all been going on for? Does Yarnum and maybe the surrounding areas never technologically evolve that fast because they're just stuck obsessing over all this stuff? But he said it's not going to end nicely this time. How does he know? I guess he could just tell, because he said that some of the people inside are starting to go bad. Wonder how that got destroyed. I really do wonder how it got destroyed. Open door, closed. So this might open later. This is a cool little hub area. And yup, it's still daytime. Ooh. So who are these guys? I'm guessing they're church servants that, because they're taking the blood, but because they're servants, maybe it's that they take a limited amount of blood. You know, they don't get the chance to take huge amounts like some of the other church people. They have a bell around them. I guess the bell helps keep people sane, because you ring the bell and it kind of like helps wake them up a little, right? Because even though they're in a waking dream, weird mesh reality, there's still them falling deeper into the madness versus waking up from it. And look, symbolism here. Circle at the top and middle of this bench with this shield symbol and this symbol coming from the top of it. Again, very reminiscent of a lot of other imagery. These loops. You can see similar loops on currency, dollar bills and everything. Of course, more statues of people revering. Large statues too. I guess some of these represent real people that were this large, maybe. You get all sorts of people when you're talking about shape-shifting over time. But these guys, I guess they grew up to be big, or maybe they were kind of already big guys and the blood enhanced their height even further. It didn't make them into beasts, but I wonder a little, right? Because is this a mask or is that their real face? I mean, if it's the mask, then that represents that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's their face because you see their mouths move. So this means that they did undergo some sort of transformation that did deprive them of some of their humanity. but it's not that bad. It's not that far. So as I said before, I think this, these transformations, they exist in a wide variety of forms. Here's this. Madman's knowledge. This person's got some blood on them. They might have been a hunter. They have a hood on them, right? This person seems to have a hood on them. Maybe they were a traveler too. And again, I don't know how long this happened, right? Because we just got here. This is the first night that we're here. Were all these bodies just strewn about while we were here? I don't know. And of course, the giant crows. Well, if they're eating from bodies that have this tainted blood, this elder blood and all that, it's going to transform them too. But because they're animals, they don't have the capacity to look for the eldritch truth like humans do, which really transforms them. So the crows, well, they just become bigger super crows, I guess. And I guess beastly crows would be more accurate. I keep wasting these. One person here, it looks like they were not turning into a beast. They had a wooden shield. Being that there's a fire here, I will assume that there was someone who was camping out up here. Okay, maybe there was also a different person here at a different time with the baby. There's a destroyed chair here, although I guess that was not destroyed before. And again, we have the same thing, the same theme in the whole game. Look at this. An area. Almost like a sun or a black hole or something. An area circular around this center. And again, more statues, candles. I can't even imagine how many people must live in the city, or did. The same imagery, the same themes, even on the light poles. These circles. Again here, even on this texture, more swirls. Here we see some evidence that apparently things were getting so bad, so many people were dying, that they were just carting skeletons off. And let's take a look at this symbol here. This symbol up right near the, not at the tippy top, but that's another one. That's another sphere. Look at that. A center image. But if you look at, let me see if I can point it out somehow. If you look at where my shadow of the weapon is, the top of the shadow. If you look at where the top of the shadow is, this symbol here in this egg shape, it kind of almost looks like rings inside of rings, inside of a chain link, if you will. Almost like an interconnectedness with the sea. Here's another significant body, not a regular person, maybe a hunter, or a traveler actually. This might be a traveler, because I noticed there seems to distinctly be a difference between people who live in the city, they're just wearing these basic clothes, and then people who, they're wearing traveler clothes. So I wonder how many people travel here seeking this. I seem to be the only one, though. I seem to be the only hunter this time. I mean, because what does the hunter stream do if multiple people come through? Do they do more than one contract a day? Because he said that in order to do this, I would need a contract. And it makes me wonder, what do you mean a contract? You mean like, if I want to be healed, I have to help solve some mystery, or I have to go... I don't get it. I wonder if there's just stuff to... Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whoa. So that's the first, and this is daytime. Keep in mind, the night hasn't even technically started yet. Wow, that's a straight increase in my stats. That's like getting more health. Actually, you know, maybe I should look up the description of these. But, hold on. Okay, so, let's look at some of the descriptions here. Clothing worn upon awakening to the nightmare of blood and beasts. Right? Upon entering the nightmare. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. This is pretty much in-game confirmation that we're never in the waking world when we fall asleep and we wake up in Yarna. We're not in the waking world. It says here, right here, clothing worn upon awakening this isn't even necessarily what we were wearing before. I wonder if this is like a mental self-image. Like in the, kind of like in the, you know, like a residual self-image, something like that, as they say. Upon awakening to the nightmare of blood and beasts. Nightmare of blood and beasts. And of course, I'm going to eventually have to go through Japanese to see what it originally says, although we can reasonably expect that the Japanese and the English, 99% of it matches up. Not typical clothing for Yarna. Perhaps it is of foreign origin. So that's interesting. So these clothes, right. Residual self-image. It is said, after all, It is said? What do you mean it is said? Who? When? At what point in time are these descriptions being given? It is said, after all, the traveler came to Yharnam from afar. So people already knew about the traveler, knew that he traveled to Yharnam, and knew that he traveled from afar. How did they know from afar? Well, just because it wasn't from Yharnam doesn't mean that he's from really far away. Just says that, you know, oh, it might be that the clothes are of foreign origin. It even says here, without memory, who will ever know? So it also to say that the character, maybe when they enter this, maybe they forget some of their life or something. Hunter garb. One of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. This one without the cape that wipes away blood. A fine piece of hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yharnam's beastly threat. Allows one to stalk beasts unannounced by cover of night. And it makes me wonder a little. What exactly is done in a piece of clothing that'll change the beasthood rating, frenzy resistance, slow versus rapid poison resistance. I guess the type of threading, how it's made, if there's some kind of thing added to it, maybe a chemical. Let's look at this too. Bandage worn upon awakening to the nightmare of blood and beasts. Again, assuming it's similar text in the Japanese version, then that's confirmation that we wake up in a dream state of some sort, some weird interdimensional nightmare. Terribly worn and unsanitary. Huh. Do his clothings represent a mixture of where he was from and also him? A faint memory recalls blood ministration, involving the transfusion of unknown blood, not long after the nightmare began. So again, this is text confirmation that when we wake up in a nightmare. So again, it still even just says here, faint memory. So, while in this nightmare, we don't even recall much of our past because we're just so enveloped. Faint memory recalls blood ministration. Transfusion of unknown blood. So he didn't even tell us if what he gave us was old blood, if what he gave us was the newer blood, or if it was something completely different from that. Or maybe even his. Who knows? And it's really worn, so that almost could imply that, again, the traveler came here, we think, because he had a disease. I have not seen a piece of text in the game that directly confirms that he came there because of disease. We just know he came there for pale blood. Because the first line in the game is pale blood. That's the first word uttered in the whole game. by the guy as if he's answering a question, because he says pale blood. You know, he never heard of it, he doesn't know what it is, but he knows that if it exists, it's going to be, he'll be able to, he said his answer was just pale blood, and then he just said, instead of yes or no, he said that Yharnam was the home of blood administration. Blood administration is a very general term. For all we know, your blood gets taken out and treated and then put back in. One of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. A fine piece of hunter attire that provides stable defense to anyone facing Yharnam's beastly threat. Allows one to stalk beasts unannounced by cover. Okay, put that one on. Foreign trousers. Trousers worn upon awakening to the nightmare of blood and beasts. It's the same thing. Same thing. Funny description. The church takes a heavy-handed, merciless stance toward the plague of beasts, an irony not lost upon the wielders of this most symbolic weapon. No matter their past, beasts are no more than beasts. So that's interesting. That's just some of the items. We already looked at some of these item descriptions already. We might revisit them. Only today the church is abandoned, and some say that the residents of Odin have all gone mad. So that already happened a while ago. Okay. Maybe I should go back to see if I can. I don't think I have any. I'm pretty sure I don't have any blood gems. Oh. Ouch. Wow, that's pretty cool. Bloodstone shard. So I could farm them from that guy. So this guarantees me being able to do +3 on any weapon I got so far. I really wonder about what the hell's going on here. What the fuck is that? I forgot about this. I come over here to the body, I walk away. I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, that that's an amygdala that was gonna grab me and kill me. So, it's something that's there, but I don't have enough insight to see it. And I think that it's almost, it's literally a stat in the game, but it also, I think there's a kind of a representation. Yeah, just one time, so I can just make sure, in case there's anything I can do, maybe to upgrade or do something else. I might be able to upgrade the Kurok hammer. But I gotta say, if I remember correctly, some enemies are, you do more damage with blunt weapons like that, and some more damage with, oh, there he is, Garamond. Blood gem fortification. I don't have any. I don't think. Yeah. Wow, I need 5 for that. Oh, wow.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion.
You said the moon is close tonight, so the night will be long. What does that have to do with anything? Is he saying that? So it's supernaturally close? Is it because of how close this moon is in the hunter's dream here? Which I guess is the same one in the... Because it doesn't even look like a real moon. Because if you look at it real closely, you see this sort of threading on its backside. Like it's not all the way solid. I wish I had binoculars in the game. I know I can get it, I just haven't gotten it yet. Speaking of which, that's a comfy little area, little alcove here. He was telling me to go to the Tomb of the Gods using the chalice. So this means that even those tombs are in this sort of nightmare realm, and I guess this nightmare realm is actually connected to the physical world, but it's its own sort of physical dimensional world. And that there were an ancient race that existed here, because I guess previous set of people who experimented with all this stuff, all this blood stuff, the same, it's like a cycle. But he said Tomb of the Gods, which means their resting place. So, I mean, that's a whole other thing we'll have to get into with the chalice dungeons.
Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
Ah, the hunter. Alive and well, are ya? This here's a safe place. Stay as long as you like. But next time you're out on a hunt, remember what I asked. If you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Erdon Chapel. Because there's nothing to fear here. I know I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon someone while hunting, tell them about this here Erdon Chapel. If they seem worth being told, that is. Oh, and I do sincerely hope they are.
Hello, Mr. Hunter. Still can't find my mum.
I don't know what to do there. I need to look up her quest line because I don't know if the item I would get for her getting out of the house and then just dying would be worth it, you know?
wretched outsider. Trying to fool me to open this door. Heavens, the depths of depravity.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yusefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service. If you find any, please.
So, she says different dialogue now. Before she said that, Don't tell anyone about here. You know, I can't be getting in either because her patience could be compromised somehow. And now it's the opposite. Someone said, I think I remember in some theory videos that it said that that's a different person now. It's like it's taken her form or something. But it might just mean that she kind of lost her mind. Who knows? I'll have to find out as I progress and look at the lore. I'm trying to go ahead and check out. There's a couple of people I can send to the chapel. I'm trying to remember where these people are that I'm trying to find. I might just have to explore a bit.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I take this, I make no use of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human. Don't you worry about me.
He's not doing too good. His thing was apparently incurable. Although, so he's saying the blood didn't heal him, but he said it bought him time. So some people it heals sometime for something, some people it buys them time. But when we come back later, he's a beast. Which theoretically means he cured him. Right, because he turned into a beast, which means he doesn't have the disease anymore. He's practically immortal in the dream, if he's a beast, right? Because he's just walking around. It kind of tells me that he just wasn't seeking the insight. He wasn't that bad of a person or anything. So, wow. I need to level up Arcane a little, it seems. I'm still going to have to increase my health by a little bit more before I level up other attributes. Just because it's going to make a lot of things a lot easier, just having a higher health pool. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to explore a little bit.
This time's finished.
And again, these are guys that I guess were taking the blood too. I mean, literally everyone in the entire city takes the blood. They're a bit big. I guess these are the guys who were, you know, the big guys. Not tall necessarily, so much as just big. And I guess they have humpbacks. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to backtrack a little bit throughout Central London. Because there's this one street that has 2 people out of the set to the chapel. So I need to find them. Only, I forgot. I totally forgot where they are. They're not here. I just have to visually double check. Because I don't think I need to look up the guide or anything.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arse, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me you're not? Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
It sort of looks like... It almost looks like... I guess there's a hatch up there. Oh wait, these are separated buildings. It's just one little building for her. Meanwhile, this dude has this big tower building. I wonder how many floors they have. It just must be crazy living in these places. Well, that was her, but what about the other one? I could have sworn that I ran into some other dude before.
What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.